information on how you can get tickets to the Royal Rumble and Elimination Chamber, and visit the official website of WWE.com for ticket information and ordering information if you want to catch it on pay-per-view. It was fun seeing those pay-per-views in the past, and it'll probably be fun seeing them again in 2012 when they make their return to pay-per-view television, pay-per-view land. It's really cool, how the Slammies each year tie in with storylines and different things. It's just the obviousness that's attached to the winners, the nominees, and how they incorporate themselves with ongoing storylines. Now it all makes sense to me about what they're doing with John Cena, because he didn't have anything going for him heading into TLC. He drops out of the fatal four-way potential main event at TLC. It becomes a three-way, and now he's in a program with Kane, so it all makes sense to me. The new Kane, I'll get into him here in a few minutes, because I don't know if I agree with how they're going about with Kane now. I talked about the resurrection of Kane on this program before, and how much I was in agreement with him going back to his original roots, but now that I see the metamorphosis Kane has finally undertaken, being brought on television after weeks and weeks of promos, which you can actually see on twitter.com, HGW Entertainment, Jonathan Clarke 1 right now. We have a few Kane promos up there, one or two at least. I'm not really sure if I agree with the metamorphosis Kane has undergone, because it looks like an updated version of the old Kane, if you ask me. I'll get into that here in a few minutes. But I really think that they should have given Diva of the Year to somebody, and if they were to give it to anybody, it would be Kelly Kelly, because of the phenomenal year she's had, winning the Divas Championship, being on the cover of several magazines, being voted as one of the top 100 hottest women by Maxim magazine. We've talked about all that here on the show through the course of 2011. Game Changer of the Year. The Rock and John Cena obviously were going to win that when they were announced as one of the nominations when they made the main event for WrestleMania 28. I liked the promo John Cena cut about how The Rock wasn't there and how he's never there. I enjoyed that. And if I wanted to see that again, I'd go on YouTube and probably watch it 100 times over. That was one of the more entertaining John Cena promos I can remember seeing in months. How he mentioned The Rock was never there, how he usually uses a teleprompter to communicate with fans. Obviously, this is being done to build up for something going to be happening at the Royal Rumble in 2012. How fucked up would it be if The Rock came back, won the Royal Rumble, and got into WrestleMania that way as champion or something, about a month before the big event on April 1st. They're obviously building up for something around Royal Rumble time. With the promo John Cena cut, he comes out and accepts the award. He wants The Rock to come out and help him accept it, but The Rock doesn't show up, and I like the promo John Cena cut. From there, John Cena's in a match with Mark Henry, gets chokeslammed by Kane, and he has more problems than just Dwayne Johnson to worry about now. The metamorphosis Kane went under. He comes out, looks like something at a Star Wars first, top with the gray mask. He's got his hair grown back, at least half of it, and his face is all screwed up, kind of like it was back in 2003, and then they canceled that idea, and he has nothing wrong with his face, and we all thought he was going to be scarred up when he inaugurally removed the mask back in 03. Very, very different Kane, and the resurrection thing might be a good thing, because we'll get to see the original roots of Kane the way we wanted to see them back in 03, of course, with the limitation of PG television, in the words of the Road Dogg. We can't really see as much as we probably would have been able to see if they would have went through with a lot of stuff back in 03. But it'll be fun. It'll be fun seeing the new Kane, the resurrected Kane. For a lot of people, diehard fans of Kane are obviously going to pick up on the product more because of Kane's resurrection. The promos were great. But I just don't know what direction they're heading in with Kane right now, and I wouldn't be able to tell you. We're just going to have to wait and see how it plays out over the next couple of weeks. Obviously, what will happen is either Kane will defeat somebody like John Cena for the title before WrestleMania, or something like Kane will win against John Cena in the program, go on to beat Punk for the title. Something like that will happen. Either Punk or John Cena are going to get in the pathway of Kane, and we're going to see Kane versus John Cena, or Kane versus Punk, or Kane versus Punk and John Cena in a three-way over the title. Either way, Kane is in a great position right now to have a title opportunity and be in top contention for the world title or WWE title. He's, of course, an official member of the SmackDown brand, but with the super shows each week now, going to be very interesting. I like the way they brought Triple H back. The way they brought him back into the storylines and everything, coming out doing an old school promo saying that Kevin Nash should have finished the job when he had the opportunity, and that's all he does. He wins the Oh My God Moment of the Year for a couple of moves that they did, a couple of spots in the Undertaker Triple H match from WrestleMania 27. That should have been Match of the Year, in my opinion. One of the best matches of 2011 came from WM 27 when the Undertaker and Triple H faced off. Triple H wins the Oh My God Moment of the Year, comes out, accepts the award, talks about the Undertaker, saying how long after the match was over, the Oh My God Moment of the Year was when the Undertaker couldn't stand up at the end of it, rather than the couple of spots they hit pretty accurately in the match. Either way, the Undertaker Triple H match was not only the Oh My God Moment of the Year, providing us with that, but it also provided us with the Match of the Year. The Undertaker's one match every year is usually Match of the Year. He wrestles once within the span of 365 days now on average, and that one match he wins usually wins the Slammy at the end of the year and is dubbed Match of the Year. A question I have for our listening audience: do you believe that one match The Undertaker has through the course of 365 days is worthy of Match of the Year? Tell me at Facebook.com, Jonathan Clarke, by joining the conversation, and YouTube.com, Jonathan Clarke 22, by dropping me a comment. I think it is, because The Undertaker's given us so many years. WWE Classics on Demand and the WWE Fanatic Series actually just presented The Undertaker's Ball, which is a collection of The Undertaker's greatest matches and contributions, promos and everything incorporated with it. And, it really puts into perspective what The Undertaker's done since 91. So, he's done enough. As far as I'm concerned, he's retired and will finish up at WrestleMania 28 in his final match. But that one match of the year every year, and the one for 2012 will probably feature The Undertaker in his final match, which will happen at WrestleMania. Triple H comes out, says he's going to put an end to Kevin Nash. We'll find out if that happens in the Sledgehammer ladder match. That is the first match of its kind. So we're kind of doing this in a buyer bewitched situation, because you don't really know what you're purchasing or getting yourself into when it comes to a ladder match with a sledgehammer hanging above the ring. But it's going to be fun seeing this. The first time Triple H and Nash have been in a program since 03. Back in May of 03, which ended with Kevin Nash powerbombing Triple H through the announcer's table after a disqualification, I believe. But it's always fun seeing old school wrestlers wrestle. Paul Levesque and Kevin Nash will probably be the match of the night at TLC. It's an updated version of what we saw 7 years ago. August of 03 was when Nash last wrestled on Raw up until now. His first match in years was against Santino Marella. In terms of anything to do with WWE, I'm not sure if he's wrestling on the SmackDown World Tour or the Raw World Tour right now. But it's going to be an updated version of what we saw in 03, and I love the way they brought Triple H back with the old school 5-6 minute promo. He walks backstage with his Slammy Award, and that's it. He, of course, was presented the award by the Bella Twins and Santino Marella. Bit of a entertaining interaction between them, and it was fun, building up to Triple H's return, and it was fun how they brought him back. Real fun, because the old school promos. I love the way wrestlers used to come out and just cut a promo, say they were back, tell their opponent at a pay-per-view what they were going to do to them, and that would be it. There would be no brawls. There would be no interaction between them on the return. Just an old school promo, which really made it for me that night. Really, really made it. The trending star of the year. It makes sense with all the social network hyping that WWE have been doing. Zack Ryder winning that after he loses a fatal four-way match after, I believe, Dolph Ziggler won that match with the zigzag. And then it's announced that Zack Ryder, Ziggler's opponent for the United States title 6 nights from then at TLC, is the trending star of the year. It makes sense with the success of Long Island Z True Story, a YouTube show which is aired weekly on the official YouTube channel of Zack Ryder. You can subscribe to that and follow him on Twitter. With how much they've been promoting him on Twitter and how much they've been promoting him on YouTube and on WWE program alone, it makes sense for him to be trending star of the year, and they had to do something to build up for Ryder and Dolph at the pay-per-view for the U.S. title, which will obviously culminate with Dolph Ziggler losing the title for the first time in months to Ryder, and it's about time that somebody becomes United States Champion other than Ziggler, because I'm sick of seeing him. Ziggler and Rhodes and Sheamus are three guys that you should pay attention to on the WWE product side of things because of what they've been doing inside of the ring. I'm just bored of seeing Ziggler all the time, and Vicky Guerrero and Ziggler together. Vicky Guerrero is somebody Ziggler does not need, because I believe that Vicky Guerrero is really holding Ziggler back, kind of like how she was holding Edge back from accomplishing more. And I wish they would kill the idea of Vicky and Dolph being together as a pair, manager and valet, boyfriend, girlfriend, business employee and associate, whatever the hell you want to call them. I'm just bored of seeing them. But like I said, they had to do something to build up for Ryder and Ziggler for the U.S. title at TLC, and obviously giving Ryder Trending Star of the Year, which was apparently voted on by the fans. It was the way of doing it, so it was kind of cool seeing that. The Slammy categories, of course, there were stupid categories that made no sense, and then there were those categories that were very deserving of nominees and awards. There were people nominated for awards that probably shouldn't have been nominated, and there were people who weren't nominated for awards that should have been nominated. Like, if it was up to you, really, who would you have voted for Diva of the Year? Would you have voted for Kelly Kelly? If it was really up to you, would you have voted for somebody like CM Punk to win Superstar of the Year? CM Punk, of course, has had a tremendous following in 2011. Everything from taking the company hostage to becoming very popular on Twitter and the ice cream bars pops. Would you have really voted for CM Punk? They say